Many people are stuck in what's called a negative feedback loop. These feedback loops, in terms of business financing, a is when a small business or a small business enthusiast, typical working class American, wants to start a business, but they do not have the appropriate capital. Because they don't have the appropriate capital to start a business, they won't be able to make the appropriate capital to start a business. So they work, and they continue to work. And eventually realize that working, it's the traditional working class, you're not able to save enough money to actually start a business. So you don't have money because you don't have money. This is a negative feedback loop. So, of course, often my clients ask me, how do I start a business with little to no money? Or I want to start this restaurant, but I have 20% of the quoted amount of money that's needed to finance a restaurant. This is common. People go to their credit cards and realize that it's not enough credit there. They go ask their friends and family, and friends and family can't fully fund it. So businesses never get launched because what you read online is that you may need $100,000 to start a business, to start a restaurant, or less, or even more. Now, what if I told you that it is possible to start almost any business in the world with little to no money? It's astonishing, right? Stay tuned, because that's what we're talking about today. What is this? Well, it's run-of-the-mill deodorant. That's what it is. I'm not promoting this brand or anything, but just want you to know. Have a look at this. What is this? What does this represent? Does it represent fragrance? Does it represent the lack of odor? What does it represent to you? Because you're willing, or a lot of people are willing to spend $3 to $5 on a bottle of deodorant or a tube of deodorant. So why is the common man willing to spend $5 on this tube of deodorant? This is something that you must contemplate. In order to understand what I'm talking about, you need to understand this, that what you are paying for is the time it takes to make this plastic, the time it takes to extract the oil, the time it takes to mine the metals that build the oil rig, the time it takes to create the ingredients or fabricate the molds, the time it takes for mixing the ingredients to create the bar of deodorant, the time that it takes for packaging and shipping. That's what this is representative of human time. And when you exchange money for something simple as a tube of deodorant or a pen or a memory chip, no matter what you're looking at across the world in commerce, you are exchanging time for money. See, money is just a representation of time, a very efficient representation of time. Because a dollar bill can be tied for $1, that could be hundreds of hours tied behind something that you invested $1, that you paid $1 for. So it's an extremely efficient way to carry time in your pocket. So let's look at it this way. You want to start a grocery store or a restaurant. You have $100,000 to start a restaurant. What are you going to do? You're going to go get maybe an interior designer to design a commercial interior, to design your restaurant. You pay the interior designer for the time. You're going to get someone to build the tables or source the tables. You're going to pay that person for sourcing or pay that person for building the tables. You're going to pay them for their time. You're going to get a painter, right? Or some flooring laid. You're going to pay that painter for their time or that carpenter for their time. That's the power of money in commerce. But what if you did not have to pay someone for their time, or you paid a fraction of the cost, maybe the cost of materials? What if it was that way? So, for example, if you, your friend, and your family painted on the weekend to your restaurant or laid the flooring, and if you don't know how to do it, we're in the world of YouTube. We're in the age of learning with information's at your fingertips. Information's there. There is no such thing as I don't know or I can't do it. If you're willing to learn and you're willing to do, you will find shortly that you can do almost anything with the fraction of what it costs to get done. But only if you're able to successfully motivate people, if you're able to get a team behind your idea or your project. And how do you do that? Early on in your business development process, you get a team. And every team member needs to promise to invest time. Not money, time. Because when you want to build that restaurant for that if you don't have a team, it costs $100,000. With the team, you may be able to get it down to $20,000. You may be able to get it down to $10,000. Heck, I've seen people open up restaurants with less. I've seen food trucks that's built in someone's garage that's outselling one of the biggest restaurants in the area because they invested time. So the next time you say you don't have enough money, think about, what do you need the money for? Because if you need the money just to pay someone for their time, if you need the money to just pay someone for their time, do you really need the money? Or are you just not willing to learn? And to be honest, if you do not have the capital right now, and you do not have access to getting a bank loan or the collateral that's needed to get a bank loan or the skill set to run a crowdfunding campaign, the best thing you can do right now is to start selling your passion. And what I mean by that is figure out why are you passionate about cooking? And find other people that's passionate about cooking for the same reason or similar reasons to you. Find that waitress that dreams of opening a restaurant. Find that cashier, that chef that dreams of running his own kitchen and creating his own menu. Find that real estate owner who would love to have ownership in a restaurant. And get down and dirty. Get your hands dirty. Get your mind full of information. And you'll be surprised what you can do with just